hear you. Okay, so you're not the first one on that.
Good evening. I'd like to call this July 7th regular meeting of the Zion City Council to order. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Carson?
Here.
Commissioner Stackhouse?
Present.
Commissioner McDowell?
Here.
Commissioner Fisher?
Here.
Mayor McKinney?
Here. Item number 3, Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Bremner, would you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Please join me in pledging allegiance to our flag. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir.
Leading us in prayer this evening is Pastor Doug Carlson from Grace Church.
The pledge sounds especially good this week, 250 years as a country. Let's pray. God in heaven, I thank you so much for all that you do for us. You are so good to us, and we deserve it not a bit. But Father, thank you that you don't base things on that. Your love is unbelievable. We can't understand it. Our love is based on comparison. Our love is based on what we can get. Our love has to be earned quite often. And that's not how you do things at all. So you are gracious in your giving, and you are consistent and eternal in your love. So we come before you as a blessed people. And thank you, Father God, for individual blessings, for our dear families, for our wonderful community, for our great nation, Father. Flaws and all, Father, we thank you that you have given us a nation founded on principles that should guide all of our lives. Keep us faithful to those, Father. Mend our flaws. Help us, Lord, to come together to accomplish the things that you want done and will benefit all of our citizens. I thank you especially that I can be a part of Zion, Father. I thank you for these men and women, not just people who I respect, people who rule over me, but people who are my friends. I pray, Father, for them, their lives, their hearts, their families. I pray for this meeting. I pray for comity. And I pray for, Father, gracious discussion and good decisions. I pray, Father, for safety for those who keep us protected, police and fire. Thank you for the military, Father, for all those who do so much for us and we forget about except a couple times a year. Father, thank you. I pray you help us to have a good evening, and I pray your blessing on Mayor and our members, Father, of council as they make these decisions. And I ask it all in the name of Jesus, the worthy one. Amen.
I'd also like to take a minute just for a moment of silence for the passing of Mary Ross Cunningham. She was the mother of the Mayor of Waukegan, Sam Cunningham. Her services were last week. And a fearless public servant that served all of her constituents well. She fought for those that didn't have a voice. She was proud of her city. She was proud of what she did, and she represented all of us as public servants in the best way that she possibly could. Went to her service last week, and it was really well attended. A lot of the, of course, elected officials from Lake County and across to Illinois were there to pay their last respect for a woman that, as we look at public service and what she committed her life to, we certainly want to emulate and keep her legacy alive. So if we have a moment of silence for her, greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Citizens' comments. Agenda changes. Are there any agenda changes by any of the commissioners? If not, is there a motion to accept the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by McDowell, second by Stackhouse. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Carson?
Aye.
Commissioner Stackhouse?
Aye.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 5 is citizen comments. Mary Lou Hildebrand.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and Commissioners. During the month of June, your resident volunteers gave 365 and a half hours of service for a value to the city of $715. We supplied equipment for multiple block-offs for block parties and city events. We provided safety block-offs for flooding and personnel for the concert at WMC and mobile pantry event at the library. We maintained road closure and safety for the annual Nostalgia Day celebration. We provided safety block-off for power lines down for the fire department, performed a monthly siren test, and held our monthly meeting. We also participated in the monthly food pantry at ZB East, did preparation for July 4th celebration in the park. We did maintenance at the center and began painting and repairs for upgrading the house at the center, as well as duty times for upkeep and paperwork. Thank you for your continued support. And now, as a citizen, I have one thing. Mr. Mayor and Commissioners, we recently had our annual Nostalgia Day celebration, and it was a very good day and very well attended. For the last few years, a small team of volunteers has gone out early Sunday morning after the event and cleaned up the Sheridan Road so that people who drive through town will see a clean city because of people who care. I water the zinnia displays throughout the summer to keep things beautiful. The past 2 weeks, I've been dismayed to see the garbage on the streets that were clean after the event. I am challenging citizens to take their wrappers, napkins, cans, and bottles to the trash cans provided downtown. I am asking the city to put trash cans by the bus stops at 27th and Sheridan and 29th at Sheridan, so there's a place for them to put their trash. Thank you for your consideration of this.
All right. Thank you, Mary Lou. All right. The next person on the agenda, Old Glory. Mr. Bremner. Mr. Bremner is recovering from a left hip replacement. As I saw him coming in today, I thought this was one of the few times that I could challenge him to a foot race and maybe have a chance to win.
Mayor McKinney, I respectfully request that you have our two uniformed law enforcement officers escort the flag down here to the lectern.
All right. Deputy Chief Sweeting.
Stand fast, please. Mayor McKinney, gentle lady, honorable sirs, ladies and gentlemen, fellow residents of Zion, this is our flag here. Now, all of you know that I am noted for the research that I do, but tonight I'm not going to be funny. I'm going to tell you what I think. If this flag could speak, what it would say. What it would say, it would start out with, good evening, neighbors and friends. I am the flag of the United States of America. My name is Old Glory. I fly atop the world's tallest buildings. I stand watch in America's halls of justice. I fly majestically over great institutions of learning. I stand guard with the greatest military power in the world. Look up, ladies and gentlemen, and see me. I stand for peace, honor, truth, and justice. I stand for freedom. I am confident. I am arrogant. I am proud. When I am flown with my fellow banners, my head is held a little higher. My colors are a little truer. I bow to no one. I am recognized all over the world. I am worshipped. I am saluted. I am respected. I am revered. I am loved. And I am feared. For more than 200 years, I have fought in every battle of every war. Gettysburg, Shiloh, Appomattox, San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, the beaches of Normandy, the jungles of Guam, Okinawa, Tarawa, the frozen Korea, Vietnam, and in the heat of the Persian Gulf, and a score of other places, long forgotten by all but those who were there. I was there. I led my soldiers and my Marines. I followed them. I watched over them. They loved me. I was on a small hill on Iwo Jima. It was a dirty, battle-torn and tired, but my sailors and Marines, they cheered me. I was proud. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that I have helped set free. It does not hurt, for I am invincible. I have been soiled, burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of my own country. And what it has done by those with whom I have served in battle, it does hurt. But I shall overcome because I am strong. I have slipped the surly bounds of earth, and from my vantage point on the moon, I stand watch over the new frontiers of space. I have been silent witness of all America's finest hours. I have flown over the top of the World Trade Center. And after September 11, 2001, I have flown over its rubble to remind us of the evil in our world so that our spirit will not be crushed. The American people will not be broken. But my finest hours come when I'm torn into strips to bind up wounds on the field of battle. When I fly at half-mast to honor my soldiers, sailors, and Marines. And when, in the trembling arms of a Greek mother, at the graveside of her fallen son or daughter, I am proud. My name is Old Glory. Long may I live, dear God, long may I live.
Yes, no.
Color guard, please post the colors. I request permission to stand down, sir.
Permission granted. Thank you, Mr. Brimmer. Denise Lear.
Hello, Mayor McKinney, Commissioner, my friend Joyce Mason. I'm here because I've been a resident of Zion for over 60 years now. I also serve on the local school board, District 6. I'm not here to rob bash or anything, but last Tuesday I had an accident where I fell. Unfortunately, the first responders could not find my apartment building. This is the second time this has happened to me. The first time I had a heart attack and they couldn't find me. This time I fell and they couldn't find me. I understand after speaking to the fire and the police chief that there are several addresses in this municipality that have this problem, but also we have to have a solution. So after speaking to the police chief tonight, and he was saying that they were talking to the dispatchers, I was wondering why our addresses couldn't be listed as, my address is 1724 Joppa, but I sit on the corner of 18th and Joppa. Why couldn't I be listed 1724 Joppa, 18th Street? Just even for the dispatchers in case of an emergency again. Something has to be done to fix this problem. The police have no problem because they're always in the area. But first responders, fire and rescue, it took them over 10 minutes and they're across the street from me to find me. And someone had to wave them down and get to me, so we need to do something about this problem, and I understand there are other people that have the same problem. So Thank you.
Thank you. Brian Dixon?
How you doing today? I wanted to have some concerns about good paying, we need some good paying jobs in our area. That, I hope, I don't know how progress it is out here, but I want to see some growth of employment. Where, everything is going up, high cost of living and all that. But anyway, I want to see some activities, like some more entertainment as well, like movie theater, Marcus Theater. I don't know if there's any changes on that since the last time I spoke about it, but I'm hoping that something could be done about that. Hey, I don't know when that's going to take place, but I'm hoping that, people would like to, instead of going all the way to Gurney Mills, just to go to the movie theater, or going to Kenosha, Tinseltown, because some people don't have transportation to get to and from. And I think that if we had something out here in local areas, and it could be Waukegan or Zion, we just don't have nothing out here. We don't even have anything, not even bowling alley. It's nothing out here. And I call Zion a ghost town. So, that's all I have.
All right. Thank you. All right, moving on to item number 6 is the consent agenda.
Approval of minutes of a regular meeting held on June 16th, 2026 at 7 p.m. Approval but not release of closed session minutes of a meeting held on June 16th, 2026 at 8:40 p.m.
Is there a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Stackhouse, second by McDowell. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Stackhouse?
Aye.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0.
Bills, vouchers 152097 through 152249, drawn on Huntington National Bank, total $1,595,764.27.
Is there a motion to approve the bill?
I'll move to approve the bills.
Motion by Fisher,
Second.
second by Stackhouse. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Stackhouse?
Aye.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 7, consider passing ordinances as follows. A, increasing the salary of the mayor pro chief Barton.
Good evening, Honorable Mayor and members of City Council. I respectfully request approval of the amended remuneration for the office of mayor presented and discussed in closed session on June 16, 2026. This amendment will take effect for the next term of office in accordance with the applicable provisions of the Illinois Municipal Code.
And
That's it.
all right. Is there a motion?
I'll make the motion to approve the amended remuneration for the office of mayor as presented.
Second.
Motion by Fisher, second by Stackhouse. Questions or discussions?
I have some questions or concerns about the amount that's being laid out. I believe I talked to a few of you offline. I would consider an amended proposal to keep the salary at the lower amount and keep it part-time, and pending review from staff to actually go through and determine how we would execute this for total compensation for future councils. So right now, I think what's being proposed is a bit incomplete for total compensation. It doesn't really factor for a sustainable path once future administrations come into play.
Any other questions or comments from Commissioners.
I guess I'd just say that, we have on our wall all the distinguished individuals that served as mayor in the city of Zion. Some of those mayors served part-time and some served full-time. So the mayor preceding Mayor McKinney was a part-time mayor. And that's what he wanted to do. That's how he served the people of the city of Zion. But what I've noticed with Mayor McKinney is even though he came in with in a part-time salaried position, he has actually served the people of Zion as a full-time mayor. And I think that's been over the last 7 years. So we probably should have taken action at the last election cycle, but the mayor was gracious and didn't bring that issue up. So I think it's very appropriate that we consider an adjustment, considering the fact that Mayor McKinney serves as a full-time mayor in the city.
Thank you. Any other comments from the commissioners?
No, my motion stands.
Mine too.
All right.
One follow-up to that, and I would echo that agreement that Mayor McKinney has been working very diligently and well above the hours that are considered for part-time. Again, I will raise the concern that the lower of the salary from the prior administration was before we actually had a city administrator. And so structurally, again, I believe that there's some operational structures that we need to look at. Again, Mayor McKinney and his job aside, I'm looking at this purely from the office of the mayor, regardless of who is holding it. And again, trying to set up, and I've had this conversation with most of you, I think, and even here on the floor, but I tend to think in terms of systems and how we can make things sustainable and not just a respecter of an individual person and something that's sustainable regardless of who's coming through the office. So I would just echo that consideration. Everyone seems pretty resolute, but I would just like it noted that I believe we should be keeping with the lower amount until we can determine a path for how we're going to establish a part-time versus full-time mayor for subsequent elections.
All right. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Nay.
Commissioner Stackhouse?
Aye.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Abstain. Motion carries. Item number B, authorizing and approving a personnel change human resources position within the city per Chief Barton.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor and members of the City Council. I respectfully request approval to amend the personnel authorization to include a full-time Human Resources Director and a part-time Human Resource staff member. This amendment supports enhanced human resources capacity across the city departments, including retention, recruitment, compliance, employee wellness, and performance management. The City of Zion continues to face the challenges related to staffing, competitive recruitment, labor relations, and regulatory compliance in a dynamic municipal environment. We have 157 full-time employees and if you include part-time, 174 employees. Currently, HR functions are handled in a limited or distributed manner, which has led to some inefficiencies and increased workload on prior staff. With the addition of a dedicated full-time HR director, we provide professional leadership in talent acquisition and retention strategies, employee relations and labor negotiation support, policy development and compliance, training, performance management and wellness programs, coordination with departments, including police, fire and rescue, public work, and administration. The part-time HR staff member will provide essential administrative and operational support to the director, ensuring the timely processing of personnel actions, benefits administration, and record keeping are in compliance. This request aligns with prior council actions on staffing optimization and the city's broader goals for efficient, professional, municipal operations. Proposed amendment is, I'm recommending we add a full-time human resources director at the salary range listed and then the human resource, and adding a human resource staff member, and it's a part-time position up to, but not to exceed 1,000 hours annually. Staff recommends the city council approve the attached ordinance amending the personnel authorization ordinance to incorporate the new HR position. I'm available to answer any questions that you so desire.
All right, is there a motion?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Fisher and second by Stackhouse. Questions or comments from the commissioners? All right, Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Stackhouse?
Aye.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 8, discussion authorization approval. 8A, tabulation of bids, 2026 CDBG sidewalk program per Director Bronson. Ransom, I'm sorry. Don't have my glasses on. 1 second.
Got them now?
Director Ransom.
There we go, let's roll. Attached are bid tabulations for the 2026 Lake County Community Development Block Grant Program, Phase 1. This grant has an 80-20 match funded through CDBG and fiscal year 27 Street and Bridge Fund. Since the lowest responsible bidder came in under cost estimates, there is still a potential to maximize the full award of this grant in areas already approved by CDBG. The December 16, 2026 CDBG resolution approved by council funds this project up to $130,000. Staff requests and recommends awarding this project to the lowest responsible bidder, TCD Concrete Works from North Aurora, Illinois, in the amount of $95,200.
All right, is there a motion to approve the tabulation of bids?
So moved.
Motion by Stackhouse,
Second?
second by McDowell. Questions or comments from the commissioners? Madam?
Thank you for your work getting these grants. It always helps.
Yeah.
It does. And this one is also labeled Phase 1 for a reason. There is a possibility for Phase 2 because 2025 funds were funded so late we didn't do it last year. So we did get approval from CDBG to do a Phase 1 and Phase 2 in 2026. So we were able to get more done this year since there was nothing done last year.
All right. Thank you, Director Ransom. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Stackhouse?
Aye.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 8B, consider approval of hotel motel tax grant application for GPT Enterprises per Director Bronson.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. The Economic Development Office received a hotel motel tax grant application submitted by GPT Enterprises requesting financial assistance from the Hotel Motel Tax Grant Program to assist with marketing costs associated with Dungeon of Doom Haunted House. Dungeon of Doom is a seasonal event that attracts thousands of horror and Halloween thrill seekers coming from the Chicago and Milwaukee areas. The haunt has been in operation since 1997, though not at the current location, and will be celebrating 30 years this year and making it one of the longest running haunted attractions in the nation. GPT Enterprises has applied for and complied with grants in prior years, and staff recommends approval of their grant request not to exceed $10,000. Thank you.
All right, is there a motion to approve the hotel motel tax grant application?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Motion by Fisher,
Second.
second by Stackhouse. Questions or comments from the commissioners? Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Stackhouse?
Aye.
Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries 5-0. Item number 9, departmental commentary. Director Ianson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just a reminder to the residents, August 1st, Saturday, August 1st, between 8 and 12, is the annual cleanup day. Located at 28th Galilee, we'll take bulk items, tires, and electronics. I encourage everybody to clean up the garage and basement and come on by.
Okay, thank you, Director Ianson. Director Ransom.
Just a quick reminder, and it's a repeat from last week. Any signs that you happen to see, and especially stop signs that are being covered by brush, please give Public Works a call and we will come out and trim them up for you. Street lights as well. If street lights have been covered by trees, as the growing season has been long, we've got a lot of rain this year, so it's been a lot of growing. We are actively out trimming those areas and keeping everything safe.
All right, thanks, Director Ransom. Chief Street.
Good evening, Mayor and Commissioners. Just a couple things tonight. First of all, I see Mrs. Lear had to leave already, but I wanted to make sure you were aware that we did have a good conversation about her incident. We did have a crew that was a little delayed in getting to her call, and the driver happened to be one of our newer employees who wasn't as familiar with some of the addresses that don't actually face the street that they're named. And she's right, there are a handful of those around town, mainly on corners, that might face the numbered street they're on, even though their address is the lettered name street that it is. So we are using this as a learning moment for our crews, and I've instructed our shift commanders to work with all of their personnel and use this as a learning experience and train on some of the different addresses that are a little trickier than others. So we are addressing it, and I appreciate her bringing that concern forward. And we had a really good conversation about it. Secondly, just an update about the boat that you authorized a few weeks ago. I had hoped to have it here already and maybe even have it out front, but they're still tying up some loose ends with the communication system that's on it, and we really expect to have it by the next council meeting. I will be out of town for that one, but I'm going to have the crew bring it over so you can all see it, and we're proud of that. And we again thank our State Representative Joyce Mason for the assistance with that. Thank you, Joyce. And yeah, we hope to have it really soon, and we'll show it off for you guys at the next meeting.
All right, thank you, Chief Street, and I know that we had talked about the situation with Ms. Lear. She had called me that day, and thanks for your follow-up on that situation.
Good. Thank you.
Director Bronson.
Thank you again, Mayor and Commissioners. First, I just wanted to take a moment to thank you, the Mayor and Commissioners and department heads, for making Nostalgia Days a great success. We had over 412 vehicles that were registered and were on site. And it was just a great day. It was great seeing the mayor and the commissioners interacting with the community. It was great seeing our fire chief and our police chief, even our deputy chief out, just engaging with the car owners and just, really, really having a great time. Our finance director even brought her vehicle out, which I don't know if it won an award, but I think it should have because it was very nice. But overall, it was a great event. So thank you so much for supporting it and allowing the Economic Development Department to continue bringing this to the community. Special shout out to ESDA. There's no way we could have done what we did without you guys. So thank you very, very much. And then secondly, for those of you who were able to make the ribbon cutting for Conchita's Bakery, it was a great turnout. I think we stuffed ourselves with Mexican bread, so forgive me if I'm a little sluggish today. But it was a great turnout, and we would just encourage everyone to support your local businesses. They cannot survive without you. So thank you.
All right. Thank you, Director Bronson. Chief Barton.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, Commissioners. Mayor, I wanted to put you on the hot seat right now for taking my Mexican bread and not delivering that to me. I was told you had one and you ate it, so.
No, it's in my office,
Oh,
actually.
okay.
And it was there, and you interrupted me when I was going to give it to you. Because of other issues that were outstanding.
It's my fault, you're right.
It's in the office, and I didn't eat anything. But I might take a bite out of it now.
Well, thank you for thinking of me. But I just wanted to thank ASDA as well. You guys really helped us. It was a great show for Nostalgia Days. We had a number of officers there. No incidents of any real concern that were brought to my attention. A lot of family events like that can sometimes get out of hand or have issues, but the design community represented well the other day. So, and as well for the 4th of July celebration, I just want to say we partnered with the Park District on that. I know we pay part of that. You probably didn't know that yet, but we paid for some of those fireworks. You'll get an invoice soon.
Eric told me already, Anthony from
So, but I wanted to say, it's such a great event partnering with the Park District. Their property, they contract and they engage with those companies to provide a great show. We had a tremendous amount of folks show up for the concert and then following the fireworks. And then again, really no issues to speak of for that event other than people having a good time. I apologize, I don't have some real numbers. Commissioner and I have been talking about it and I texted you during this meeting, but I was looking to have some follow-up. I know there were a lot of fireworks that going off, illegal fireworks that are being set off throughout the city. It seems as though our search function within our RMS system is not working properly. Initially, I told you I only wrote one ticket, but we polled our sergeants, and multiple sergeants indicate that multiple citations were written throughout the weekend. So I apologize, I don't have those numbers, but we'll reach out to partners with Tyler and see what we can do to fix the data extraction component of that. That's all I got.
All right, thanks, Chief Barton. Director Wellendorf.
Thank you, Mayor and Commissioners. I had one little announcement about utility billing. We had a hiccup. There was a due date of July 3rd for Section 2 that went out. It should have been dated July 20th. So we did make some posts on social media, and we also sent out a secondary bill with the correct due date, although we should have probably put a correction on the bill. We're kind of limited as what we can do from a text standpoint with the printing service, but I just wanted to make everybody aware that the error, your bill is not due the 3rd, it was due the 20th if you live in Section 2. Paylocity, I sent an email out to all the employees today to log into their new company account, so I expect to get some phone calls and emails. I've already gotten a couple. There'll be some learning curves, but hopefully everybody logs in and is able to make any updates they need to their personnel information. And we're hoping to be live with that payroll, this next payroll, so the 17th. And we also expect some hiccups there because it's all new to everybody, so I'm just asking that everybody be patient that works for the city as we navigate through this new software. What else? We're on track for the budgets. Rough drafts will be to council by Friday, and you can start reviewing those with your respective departments, and then we'll reconvene after you guys have some time to look over the rough drafts. I think that's about all I have right now.
All right, thank you, Director. Director Mason, any comments you'd like to make? Welcome.
Wow.
Welcome to the city of Zion. We're very familiar with you.
I've been here once or twice. I am getting old, and a lot of people don't know that I have this whole secret background as an HR person, and I'm very excited to join you in this new role. Thank you for putting your faith in me, and it's been a great first week, so thank you.
Well, welcome.
Mayor, if I may, she's being modest. Joyce brings a wealth of experience in municipal government, public service, employee relations, and she's brought it to the city of Zion. This is an email that I sent out citywide. Many of you may already know Joyce through her dedicated service as a state rep and her longstanding commitment to our community. Her deep understanding of local government operations, her focus on employee wellness and professional development, and her collaborative approach make her an outstanding addition to our leadership team. In her role, Joyce will lead our Human Resources Department with strong emphasis on recruitment and retention, employee engagement, and professional growth opportunities, foster positive environments, foster positive and supportive workplace culture, and an environment across the city departments. She will be instrumental in supporting our ongoing initiatives, performance management, labor relations, and organizational excellence. I just wanted to say to all our employees, please join me in extending a warm welcome to Joyce, and again, I reiterate that now. Thank you, Joyce.
I'll just do that right now. Director Mason, thank you for joining our staff here, and certainly when we were looking to fill this vacancy, the vacancy came up rather suddenly, and we were just chatting about how we're going to fill it. And Chief Barton said, well, I know somebody that's got some experience in HR, and he mentioned your name. And like you just said, I didn't realize that was your background, but thank you so much for being part of our staff here.
Thank you.
And we did have a great fireworks display with the Park District and the input that the City of Zion has with that. But I did notice that there were quite a few people celebrating in their own way with pyrotechnic devices, and I guess I just wanted to say that the statute that we have, the ordinance that we have, is not just for the 4th of July. It's actually 365 days, 24/7, that fireworks are not allowed in the city. So I have noticed that over these last few days that people are still celebrating. And I just maybe should make that public announcement that the prohibition against fireworks is year-long.
Yeah, especially the commercial grade, and for our residents, some that have questioned it, they're illegal in Illinois, so you have to usually transport these across state lines. And our biggest concern, especially when you have dry weather, is injuries for people that aren't accustomed to handling these, and the possibility of damage to your neighbors' houses. And we started this ordinance, we created it probably about 6 years ago during the pandemic, when there was a outpouring of very little activity, but there was a lot of fireworks, people burning their money up literally. So yeah,
That's it.
all right.
I'll say welcome, Director Mason. It has been a pleasure to work with you up until this point, and I look forward to working with you further in this new capacity. I guess I'll also offer, oftentimes a dissenting opinion or voice sometimes at the council meeting, and also working with staff. But I just want to let you all know that I do appreciate you, and I see you for the work that you do. Thank you, Director Willendorf. What you've been able to accomplish in, a mere matter of months has actually been phenomenal, and I know it's no small undertaking. So again, I just want to put that out there and make sure that everyone understands that the questions do not come from a place of ill will. It's just challenging, because I know that although we're doing great, we also have room to do better. And to Mr. Brimner, talking about the flag, it's a liberty that I have, and a responsibility that I feel like I have as being part of this council and this board. So I thank you all for your patience and for entertaining me in those quests. So thank you.
I'm just excited too that Representative Joyce has come into our city to work with the staff here and to help our city. So I just want to thank you. You have been doing tremendous work. Prior to you becoming a representative, you were always involved in the community, caring about people, and been a voice for people that didn't have a voice or didn't know how. You always stepped up to help the underdog, and I just want to thank you for that. And you're still doing it. So I thank you, and I'm thankful that you still have that smile on your face. That I know it's rough out there in Springfield. I know it's hard, but I just want to thank you for your dedication to the people that you serve. Thank you. And I just want to give kudos to Director Bronson for your work in putting Nostalgia Days together. It was absolutely fabulous. It was good for me to see students from years ago coming back to have fun that have moved away, but just remember the good times in Zion. And I didn't hear any bad things either. Usually the kids be saying crazy stuff, but they didn't say anything crazy. They were having a good time, and I was just elated to see that families having a good time, walking up and down the street, talking, laughing, and enjoying one another. So thank you for your vision for doing that for the city and making it happen. I know it's a collective assignment, but it's just evidence of when we work together as a community, we can do great things. So I just want to thank you for that. And all of you that work together in this city on your assignments to make our city thrive, I want to thank you. I know it's not always easy, but I thank you for your willingness to show up every day to want to do it.
Thank you, Commissioner.
As a fellow HR person, I want to welcome you to, well, I won't say Thunderdome, but if you stayed a week, at least we'll get you to the end of the month, and then we'll take it from there. But welcome. I'm looking forward to, I'm sure there's a lot of things that need to be done. If there's anything you need from this council, ask for it, and we'll do our best to give it to you. So, but thank you for joining us. I really look forward to it.
All right, thank you, Commissioner. A couple things that I'd like to say. I know Mr. Dixon has been here several times, and he's talked about better paying jobs and movie theaters and a roller rink, which we have been exploring that. And in fact, several years ago, there was a group that wanted to come in with a roller rink. And at that time, we had people that were adverse to that. We've still been exploring that possibility. But I have to say this, we have so much going on in the city with our park districts and our library. When you look at what the park district is doing, the concerts in the park, I was hoping Commissioner Frierson would talk about that with the Coalition of Healthy Communities, where we have movies in the park, we have concerts in the park, and yet we are aware, as we went out to the ICSE Retail Convention this year, that we are all looking at the possibility of trying to get more entertainment here for our residents. But one of the things that I have noticed since the pandemic, and particularly this year since Shiloh Park and David Park have been renovated, the amount of families that are spending time in our open space and enjoying it. And there were some concerns years ago about people maybe being out in the parks, but people are out in droves now enjoying their families and their friends and special celebrations at the park district. We know there's more things that we've got to do. We'd love to have a movie theater here, but the movie business is also changing to more streaming. Movies go now from being made to going right to everyone's home. And while we've looked at having a movie theater here that used to be where Popeyes was, the Dune Theater, everybody remembers that. It's just not operators or franchisees just aren't interested in having a one movie theater like Libertyville has one downtown that's closed. The only one that I can think of that exists right now is the Highland Park, and they get older movies. So we're looking at those opportunities from an economic development standpoint of bringing in more entertainment, but the jobs, we've got a Chipotle coming in. The things that we've done over the last several years in terms of economic development have been quite substantial. We have a multi-billion-dollar company that sits out across from Walmart called Real Wheels, and they have companies that are buying their products from overseas. So there's some hidden gems here. We'd like to have more jobs. We're continuing to do everything that we can to do that. So, but thank you for your continued suggestions, but also know that these are things that we hear you say and we continue to work on those things. The other thing that I want to say is having our new human resources director here, our new finance director here, one of the things that I've learned throughout my course of being in charge of organizations is you build your organizations and you build your teams through relationship building. And it's amazing what kind of quality people, if you really spend time talking to them, what talents they have and who introduces you to those people. And for us, knowing that Director Mason has had this interest in this experience in human resources was something as our human resources director left unexpectedly, our finance director left unexpectedly at the end of December at the worst time. And what's helped us fill those positions instead of spending countless $25,000, $30,000, $40,000 on a firm that doesn't know your city and doesn't know your employees seems like a waste of taxpayers' money. We've been fortunate to be able to fill these positions through relationships building. And that's the same kind of relationship that we've built outside the community that we're trying to build within the community as well. So for the people that have introduced us and brought those relations to help us meet these fine individuals that have joined us, thank them. And again, it's not a perfect science, but we felt like we've assembled a pretty darn good team right now. And we'll continue to get better, continue to make improvements. Item number 10 is announcements. There's one announcement that I have to put my glasses on to read because I think this is substantial for our residents. Swalco. Thought you were going to take this one for me. And
No, run with it.
We're going to make sure this is passed on our Facebook page. But SWALCO and the Lake County Division of Transportation, in partnership with the Illinois EPA, are hosting a free one-day only tire collection at the Lake County DOT Salt Dome Yard, which is located at 600 West Winchester Road in Libertyville. The collection will take place on Monday, July 13th, 2026, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. An appointment is required. Only one appointment per household. But check this out. Residents may bring up to 12 tires on the rim, any size or any type. This event is open only to Lake County residents. Tires from commercial entities will not be accepted. A government-issued ID is required at check-in to verify the appointment. Persons who arrive without an appointment will be turned away. State law prohibits the accumulation of more than 12 waste tires on a property. Waste tires left outside can collect water, creating breeding grounds for mosquitoes. One scrap tire can lead to the breeding of thousands of mosquitoes over a single season. Proper disposal of tires help to reduce the risk of mosquito-borne illnesses. Bless you. To schedule an appointment, go to www.swalco.org/tires, and you'll be able to make an appointment. We will put this out on our Facebook page, but usually at our cleanup days, which I'm going to talk about as well, a lot of our residents come with tires that they have stored in their garage or other places. So this one-day event, July 13th, from 7 a.m. to 2 p.m., we'll put this stuff on our Facebook page. Other announcements: on July 21st at 6:30 p.m. there's a Zion Township Board meeting, followed by a Zion City Council meeting at 7 p.m. And then on August 1st, 8 a.m. to noon, our annual cleanup day located at 28th Street and Galilee, where our residents can bring all of their household items. And we will have containers out there, waste containers that people and volunteers that you don't even have to get out of your car. This has worked really well. You just drive up and they'll assign you to a spot and they'll take all of your waste out of your car. That again is August 1st, 8 a.m. to 12 noon, the annual cleanup day, 28th Street and Galilee Avenue. And last but not least, on August 4th, 7 p.m., there's a Zion City Council meeting. Moving on to item number 11, closed session pursuant to 5 ILCS 120-2, open meetings for the discussion of threatened and or probable or imminent litigation, collective bargaining, purchase, or sale of real estate, legal counsel, and personnel. We won't have any items to vote on when we come out of closed session, so thank you for coming and feel free to leave while we go into closed session. Thank you. Have a good rest of the week. 1 second, Mary Lou, I see your hand up there, and thank you for coming out tonight. Mary Lou, did I forget something?
No, two things.
Two things I forgot.
It says 6:30 for the township meeting, isn't it 6 o'clock?
It should be 6 o'clock.
It's 6 o'clock. Thank you.
And-
Let me make that correction. At 6 o'clock
Yes.
on the 21st of July. That is Zion Township meeting, not 6:30. Thank you.
And August 3rd is the second annual B-Bash out at ZBPHS.
It's the Back to School B-Bash.
Yes.
Yes, Back to School B-Bash on
3:30 to 7.
August 3rd. Dang, are we going back to school already? Wow. All right. Thank you for those corrections. Mary Lou, again, everyone have a good evening, and thanks for coming out. Thanks for your opinion for those who make public comments.
So I'll make a motion to go into closed session.
Motion by McDowell, go into closed session.
Second.
Second by Frierson. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Commissioner Fryerson?
Aye.
Commissioner Stackhouse? Aye. Commissioner McDowell?
Aye.
Commissioner Fisher?
Aye.
Mayor McKinney?
Aye, motion carries.